DBA Live. So let's go to next slide. Fine. When it comes to the tuning, the first thing you have to check what's going anything wrong in the server level. That is OS tuning. We are here because my slide will be covering most into the Linux servers because that is what server we are using. So the examples I have given in this presentation would be more related to the Linux servers. So you may have to find the alternate commands if you are using other servers like Sun Solaris, AX, other servers. So when there is an issue, log into the database server and check what's exactly going on. How is the OS stats? But there are some application team who are really very clever, and they just log into the tool. What we have is OEM tool, that is Oracle Enterprise Manager tool. They log into the database and they monitor what is going on, and they would really tell us what exactly is the issue, and that's really will be handy for us to look into the issue exactly instead of wasting time in looking into going from the base OS tuning. But there are some applications who doesn't know about Oracle. So if there is any issues, they just report database is slow, please check. So we are in position to take it rightly, guide them into the appropriate solutions, and convince them what's exactly going on, what we can do to prevent the issue in future. The first thing we are doing is OS test analyze. As a Linux server, from Linux server you are having lots of commands like top command, vmstat, mpstat, iostat, all these very commonly used commands where you can really focus on the actual OS stats, what's exactly going on. That commands would help us to check is there any resource contention. For some cases, there may be the server may be heavily loaded with CPU. CPU may be completely idle for some half an hour. So obviously the application would be impacted and you will be getting called. So first check is there any resource contention on the CPU, memory, or the swap. These three are the key areas where quite oftenly the issue comes. If there may not be the issue with the CPU, but there may be issue in the swap utilizations. The most of the DBS checks the CPU and memory, but they forgot to check the swap. Swap is the one which actually kills the process. We have to make sure all the recommended voice parameter has been set when you procure the Linux servers. Either it could be a VM or the physical server. And other stuff is keep an eye on iostat. This is quite interesting because when you have the mixed environment where you have more number of database running, ideally the storage would be shared storage. If it is shared storage and will not be able to track where what is the exact cause of the issue. Assume the database runs on VM. That's actually a shared environment. If there is any issue, we log into the server. Hope by the time we log into the server, we will not be able to see anything bad in the CPU. There is no swap usage. There is no memory, nothing. But there could be a problem with an iostat. So when you see a problem with the iostat, we have to make sure how is the response from the storage. Two things we need to check. How is the response from the storage to the server, and how is server is giving response back to the databases. First thing is how is the response from the storage to the server. Then how is the server giving the response back to the database. We will be seeing in detail in the next slide. One example. These things that has to be checked. Covering earlier Red Hat Linux till Red Hat Linux 5, we have to do many OS level parameter change to help the database to behave correctly. But starting Red Hat Linux 7, Red Hat itself gives certain profile to be set for Oracle databases. For example, Linux, if you see, this is Oracle profiling, which is the recommended profile by Red Hat to be set for Oracle databases. What it does is there are some certain OS level parameter that sets, when you set this profile for Oracle on Linux, that sets the IO scheduler to deadline. This is IO scheduler. We'll see what is IO scheduler in the next slide. I will small example. Yeah, this is one. Example we'll see in the next slide. So IO scheduler is the one. There are four IO scheduler: CFQ, Noop, Deadline, and one more. That's not much important. But for Oracle databases, it's recommended for IO scheduler to be set either to Deadline or to Noop. These two are the recommended value. When you set this Oracle profile, this Linux Oracle profile, the deadline will be set automatically, and starting RHEL 7, there is new features introduced for all other applications because Red Hat is an open source. They have introduced transparent huge page, which must be disabled for Oracle databases. So this profile will take care of those stuffs, disabling the transparent huge page as well as setting the right IO scheduler for the Oracle databases. Other thing is use common vmstat to check the swap, top command, CPU, other memory, mpstat to check the overall usage, and iostat-x to check the response. How is the response from the server and from the storage, and how is the storage server giving back to the databases. Keep an eye on the system log. This is very important because when nothing can when we see some resource contention, obviously we'll have to engage the server team to check anything wrong in the system log. There there would be the right person to check the behavior, how the system behaves. There may be seeing some they may see some kind of error which would help us to getting into the right issues, what exactly going on. So we need the assistance from server team as well to check before we getting into the databases. This has to be checked. Moving on to next slide. This is a classic example which we faced recently. All of a sudden, we are getting complaint from the database, from the application team. Database is slow, and when we check, there was no CPU, nothing, no swap, and all seems to be okay. And when we check the iostat-x, and we came to know the await time is more. So when you look at, hope you were able to see my slide, the example slide. The SVC TM is the service time which we are getting from the storage. This must be less than 20 to make sure the response from the storage is perfect. If it's below about 20, we need to engage the storage team, not the server team, to check why the response is beyond the limit. Correspondingly, the await time. Await time is the one which tells us how is the response from the server to the DB. So this also must be 20, but it was quite high. Then we realized that this was the Red Hat Server 5, and there was no IO scheduler set. The recommended IO scheduler set either to Noop or to Deadline, and once we set this one, we were able to see the await time is reduced greatly, and the percentage utilization also came down immediately. You will be able to see because the IO scheduler is the one, because before we arrive into this conclusion, like setting the IO scheduler to Deadline and Noop, we were really struggling for almost a year, I believe, when we migrated the storage from Helix to, sorry, not Helix, there was some vendor, I think Hitachi. Yeah, Hitachi storage. When we migrated the Hitachi storage to IBM storage, we were getting lots of issues, and we were only tuning the sequels, keep tuning the sequels. We were totally fed up, and after several analyses, we got to know the Red Hat server IO scheduler has to be set either to Deadline or Noop for the better storage performance. So later then we set all these things. This was Red Hat 5. Starting Red Hat 6 and Red Hat 7, that is there is inbuilt profile. Sorry, Red Hat 7 starting, there is an inbuilt Oracle profile which must be set for Oracle databases. This will be challenging and quite interesting if you really have the heavily loaded server. The benefit may not be seen on the lower end server, like if the database size is 30 gig, 50 gig, 100 gig, of course you will not be able to see. The real benefit can be seen if the database size is really 100 terabyte, sorry, more than 1 terabyte, and you have kind of mixed workload like OLTP as well as data warehouse. You will be really seeing the benefit of it. Hope you have got some idea about what is OS level tuning. We'll move to the next chapter, Oracle memory tuning. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the OS tuning. I'll just show you the quick